Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the second book of Heartless by Gena Showalter. This is Ruthless in the Immortal Enemies series. I first read the book. The first book was actually from Enchanted Fandoms. I finally got the way of actually finally to read this book. I was like, you know what, it's there, it's cheap, and I'm gonna grab it now, and it will match my book as well. So this book basically is another book that has steamy sex scenes and all the above. Basically, as you can see, there is a hot dude with a 6-pack or an 8-pack or something like that. Damn. So anyway, this is like a little paperback book, but it is a thick child. It took me for a bit to read. So, forbidden, powerful, ruthless. Makai, the unwilling faking of the forgotten, can tame even the most violent of the beasts. Forged on the battlefield, this iron-willed warrior considers his soldiers his family, and he will stop at nothing to reclaim that depossesses the land, gearing for war with saddest enemy. He is disciplined and focused, until a feral beauty he encountered long ago wanders into his camp. Ovila de Bell wields a terrifying ability to sing monsters to life. Having spent her childhood in a forest, raising herself and her frightening creations, the only friend she's ever known, she's ill to prepare for the sacred royal and his fearsome brutality, not to mention of the ferocity of their connection and the cannibalism of his touch. But the real problem, her brother is Makai's greatest foe. And though the sensual king makes her burn, she must stop him, whatever the cost. This, I love, basically, first of all, if you have not read the Heartless book, go and do that first. Okay, go and do that first. Then come back to this book, okay? I must say, Casa from Heartless, it wasn't really my cup of tea, but Makai, holy moly, Makai is definitely my cup of tea. So it has changed from reading this book. I did love Kaza in the first book, but then my mind just went, actually, reading this book, I'm like, okay, Makaya, you sound good. So I have only read these 2 books, and I love the concept of this, and this is now one of, obviously, I do plan to look at her other books. I do have, actually no, I lie, I have another book of the series, The Warlord, by her as well, so I have read that one. It looks like it took me about 7 days to read this book. If you can consult myself on how many days I've been reading, only because this month hasn't been great because obviously I haven't been feeling well lately. So all I've been doing is staying at home away from work and just been reading and watching TV. So I have been watching a lot of movies and series. And so we have Vera, and all her wails and mischief had me from the start. I was intrigued by the life she lived, running the wilds, being protected by monsters, the fierce protectiveness they had for her and she had for them. Not to mention when she let out her rage, dang, her past haunts her and she wants nothing more to make it up for it. So not just sure if she can, but what she does is unforgivable in her mind. I was drawn by her loneliness, but after her resilience, and only fall before she fell, all but except one. Micaiah had a rough upbringing. He was left in the basket in the middle of the woods as a baby and found by chimeras, like himself, who ended up dying to protect Micaiah. A young Micaiah stumbled upon a young girl sleeping in the forest, but he was unaware of her monster protectors. He carries the scars that attacks those beasts, doled out to protect their furrow. So beloved Vera and Micaiah dare to get closer as she slept. Now he stumbles upon Vera again years later. He is the king of his village. Micaiah, the unwilling, Micaiah, the one whose chimera makes people literally want to rip their faces off, has never been wanted. He's never felt loved, and he's continued to protect his people from the monsters that dare attack his village. And he's kept his best interests at heart. His people comes first, and he's relentless. He's willing, despite his nickname, to do whatever it takes in squash any threat to his people. And I feel sad for this is upsetting because obviously he gets disowned because even though he's protecting his village, no one wants to love him, no one wants to care for him, no one wants to do anything for him. And it's upsetting. So my heart literally just breaks for Makai. He deserves so much better than the life he's dealt with. He deserves better than to basically not getting his people not loving him as much as he should be. I don't have a soft spot for him. I think he's just become one of my favourite male leads in one of the books that she has written. I love him so much. He's brutal, but he's kind. He's relentless, but he's loyal. He's willing to protect any innocent, vanquishing any evil. He just, literally, I love him. Okay, this character is amazing. So if you have read Heartless, you know the connection between Vera and Kaiser, an event that will hold our breath from the never came of the world of Heartless, like we hoped it would. The book was even better than anything I could have ever hoped for. I laughed, I cried, I got an unreasonable angry. Literally the point where I did throw the book at the wall. So luckily for me, it did not damage the book or anything like that. So, and sometimes it was just frustrating. I love this book so much. I fell in love with these characters. I fell in love with Micaiah. And I'm going to have a rearrange my. Literally, I've got. Know when people have those book boyfriend lists. So yeah, I have one and Micaiah's on the list. Literally. So they have so many elements in this book. This kept me on my toes. You had both of theirs, like you have Vera's ability, Micaiah's politic issues with his neighbouring kingdom, side characters that I couldn't bring myself to trust easily. So I enjoy this book. Did I? So if you love a good paranormal romance with monsters and wild abilities and a heart-wrenching romance, this is it. This is it for you guys. Okay, I loved this book, and I'm hoping to get to more other books of Gena's that she has, because I do really like the book. And I know there is the second book to the Warlord as well, and I think I heard there's going to be a third book of this. Might be wrong, but hey ho. So yes, so alright, Gena, so who's going to be next? Jareth? Is it Jareth, isn't it? Because, can it be? Because, come on. If you can't create, basically they had that first book about Kazza, this is the second book about Micaiah, and then apparently there's a third one with Jareth. So I'm like, so this is creepy. This is like, I so want to know more. I'm so excited. So, hope you guys enjoyed this bit of this review. I hope I see you guys next time, and I will see you when I do a next video. Bye, peace.